Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the Strive for Good Life podcast. My name is Nino Pinguera, and I'm here with Amity Morales, who has been in business basically her whole life since she was 15, and now she mentors others that are also trying to start businesses. So welcome to the show, Amity. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor for you to spend some time with me and we can share.
Yeah, I'm so excited to speak with you today. I know the last call we were on, you had so much energy and I loved it and so much wisdom to share with us. So let's just jump right into your background in entrepreneurship, how you got started. I know you started early, right? Tell us about that.
It's a family thing. It comes in the DNA. The only thing I saw my parents do was have their own business. It was part-time, seldom here and there that my dad would pick up a job at another, business other than them working for their own. So my first business started when I was 15. I started selling jewelry, shoes, and purses to the moms of my friends because my mom was selling. And I said, hey, she's making money. I can make money. She got her customers. I could have mine. So I branched out just by selling purses and, jewelry.
I love that. Was that here in the U.S. or tell us a little bit about your background?
It was actually in Puerto Rico. I was born in Puerto Rico. I was raised in Elizabeth, New Jersey. My parents migrated back and forward, trying to find the American dream, the success, trying to find that the job that was going to bring them to the perfect or the business. So they went back and forward a few times as we were little. We didn't just have one home.
Okay, very interesting. So that's okay. That creates a kind of a unique dynamic to grow up in, right? What kind of lessons were you learning early on from that kind of environment?
I would listen to my parents in the car, talk about business, talk about the customers, talk about them investing. I would hear my parents talking about marketing. I mean, marketing when? I'm talking to you 1985, 1987, you know?
Yeah.
They're doing their business strategy as they were talking, as they were driving. So for me, it was normal. For me, it's a normal conversation. For me, like working, it's not working as an employee. It doesn't, like, why would you want to do that when you could have your own business, set your own schedule, have your own time, and do your own things?
Yeah. Yeah. So you just, from the get-go, realized that wasn't the model that you wanted. You wanted freedom and flexibility. So, all right. So you started with selling shoes and other things. Where did that lead you kind of as you grew up?
By the time I was 17, unfortunately, even though I could say so many good things about my parents, I could also have the side of the trauma, the side that you have to conquer and heal so you could become the best version of you. My dad had a drug addiction that was really bad. And as we got older, we all left because we were looking for the freedom of getting out of all that was going on within living a dual life, a life that you're somebody at your house, but you're another person out at church and at work, that double mentality. And I came to Elizabeth, New Jersey back again when I was 18. I got a job in a nursing home, which I did for 3 years, and I hate it. I hate the culture of the health industry. I really dislike the way we treat humans in their late ages, golden age, or deathbed. So many people go to nursing homes in so many ways. And inside of me, there was always a memory of the day my mom took me to get my nails done when I was 15 for my quinceañera, because, Hispanic people, we celebrate quinceañeras, right? And little did you know, Nino, that little 1 hour nail section with that lady was going to change my life forever.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Doing nails on the side. And as I was working in the nursing home, I remember telling my coworkers, I don't like being in a nursing home working. I want to do nails. And I will walk around all day long, just declaring and decreting without knowing what I was saying. And I had my daughter and I got divorced and I got pregnant. Life happens fast. You make bad decisions. I was definitely asleep. I didn't know the decisions I was making. I didn't have a life model. Like I said, my dad had his addiction. My mom was left in a home. She was institutionalized by dogmas and evangelical people at her home. It was a Pentecostal home. So religion was a big thing in my house. Even though my dad was a drug addict, my mom was very big in, like, we had a mess. Long story short is I came back to my mom, divorced with one daughter who was 3 years old. And I went to beauty school. I became the teacher at the school. I opened a beauty salon before I even graduated the course because I was so good at doing nails, at creating, at painting, and, decorating. I have that feminine energy for the creativity. Mine was awakened. So I started operating and using that gift. And I opened my nail salon and I closed it when COVID came. So most of my life, even though I did network marketing, even though I sold newspapers, even though I had a hot dog cart, I even had a hot dog cart at once. Let me tell you, if people talk about hustle, I've done it all. Because, like, anything that I needed to do other than go and ask for Section 8 or social services, other than ask for food stamp, like, that wasn't an option for me. That wasn't like, what? No. What business can I open? And if that fails, what other business? And if that's failing, what other thing can I sell? Like, there was never in my mind, oh, let me go work for somebody. It was like, no, what can I make? What can I create where I can make my own business and have my own time? After that, way before COVID hit, my husband was working in the landscaping industry here in the state of Florida. And for many years, me being an entrepreneur, we would tell him, he would say, open a business, open a lawn care business, open a lawn care business, open a lawn care business. But us, like most human beings, we will self-sabotage ourselves. We would say, oh, we don't have the equipment. Oh, no, but we don't have a truck. Oh, but we don't have a label. Oh, but we don't have a commercial account. Like, we would self-sabotage ourselves with all of these limiting beliefs. However, destiny, God, source, call it whatever you want, people will be calling him, hey, can you mow my lawn? Hey, can you come and do this job? And he was hustling on the side and getting the little gigs here and there, but we wasn't seeing what was happening. We wasn't seeing that we were building little by little a company. We were just serving. That's what we were doing. We were serving the community. We were serving the church for years for free. We mowed their 1.5-acre field for free every other Sunday. We were mowing in the community center because they needed somebody. And I will call my husband and be like, hey, babe, do you think we could go to the community center? You know, these people, they provide jobs and food for the community. They don't have a mowing company. Can we give back? We were just building a company. We were giving away more than we were even charging. My husband, poor child, I'm so glad I'm blessed by him because he listened to me. And we started giving and serving, and the company started growing, and the lawn care company, and my kids will buy us a blower. And we had a Trailblazer, and my husband will put a push blower and the blower and everything in his Trailblazer. And he will go. He will go from Kissimmee all the way to Deltona. Like, you are insane. Who in the world is going to mow from Kissimmee to Deltona? But let me tell you something, Nino. We were walking in faith. We were walking in a power that nobody can take away now, because this is my story. This is my testimony. Nobody can take away from me. I went out there. We mowed. We served. We did it. We undercharged. We went too far, but we had a dream and we were believing that we were going to make millions mowing. We didn't know how, but we believed. And because we believe, now me and my husband, we sit here and we laugh about how we used to pray, because that's what we used to believe back then. You pray. Now we know you work. You do it. For the tires of our Trailblazer to not pop, because it was big Trailblazer, big tires. They needed to last. They needed to pull a trailer. And they were like banana peels. They were banana peels. You know how you white people put the little quarter in the... We Puerto Rican, we don't do that. We drive them until they pop. And let me tell you, it has been a wonderful journey. We have grown the company, we have put the systems in place, we have organized, we have been broken down, we have been rebuilt back again. I stopped doing the nails, I stopped serving the community, we regrouped, we stopped giving because we were giving out of what? Out of fear? We were giving because we wanted to be good and we wanted Santa to come and know that we were in town and Santa was going to come see us. We stopped all that. We took ownership of our company, of the culture of the business that we were building. Because we know nobody's going to come save me. We already have the knowledge, the wisdom, the understanding. We're awakened. We know that the only person in charge of my time is me because I manage my calendar. Because I manage my agenda. Because I tell my money where to go. This is for the rent. This is for food. This is for my marketing team. It's a sign. Nothing happens because it's a coincidence. Things happen because we're co-creating, we're envisioning, we're seeing, we're believing, we're walking in faith, and we're building the life we're building. So that's what we did.
I love that. I love that. You guys clearly have taken all the right actions to build your business. You said a couple really interesting things. One, I want to go back to this idea that you led with just service, giving value back to people, building a reputation, really, I'm sure, right? And I think that's so powerful for new business owners that are just starting out is this idea that you have to build a name for yourself. And that doesn't come automatically, right? It comes when you really create value in the community that you're serving. So I love that. Let's talk about, you built your business, you're doing well. Let's talk about some of the challenges that you've faced kind of along the path. Maybe part of it is giving too much, and not knowing how to value your services, or I don't know. Talk to us about some of the things that you faced and how you overcame them.
Nino, one of the things that I know is that because everybody's journey is different and because everybody's life is different, for us, it was a mess. Because it took us a long time to wake up and we wanted a legacy. We wanted the Rockefeller's dream where you create a legacy and you give it to your kids and your grandkids and your great-grandkids and for generations of generations. That's what we wanted. That was the dream that we intentionally had. But unfortunately, when you have kids, they're born, the umbilical cord gets cut and they become individuals on their own. They have their own life. They have their own dreams, their own purpose. They have their own calling. And as parents, me and Carlos made the biggest mistake of the world that we wanted to give work and provide financially for the whole family. And the family didn't have the same mindset. The family was not in the same alignment. The family didn't value mom and dad creating a business and making a business out there for us, for them, us to have properties and buy and invest and this and that. That was too far. That was going to take too long. And when you're building a business and you're doing it by yourself, and you don't find a coach and you don't find a mentor and you don't have a system and you don't have operation director and you don't have a marketing team or a bookkeeping, you make a freaking mess. You fake it till you freaking make it because you don't know. You're just selling and money's coming. And woo! Here we're writing But I had to literally sit down and say, first of all, don't want to work with family. No gracias. 2, put all the systems in place that you need. Hire and fire properly. Quick to fire, slow to hire. Make sure the person is in alignment with your why. The person has the time. The person is willing to work for the exchange of energy, for the currency exchange that you're having. The person sees. Make sure that they're taking care of your equipment. Make sure that they're taking care of your trucks. Make sure that they're taking care of your reports, your numbers, the money you're making. Make sure that you're surrounded by people that are not envying you. Because if you do all this job, Nino, Yes, success comes. Yes, God is faithful. Yes, the money comes. It's funny, the money comes, contract comes. We don't even look for people. We don't look for contracts. You know why? Because we gave. We gave honestly. We gave out of love. We helped handicapped veterans. I will go out there. I will see a yard this long. I will call my husband. Here's the address. Please come and do. The code enforcement guy has my numbers for his redial. Amity, we have somebody here. I'll send my crew out. We had nothing to lose, but so much to gain because we were giving, because we were believing by faith that we were building. Yes, we made a lot of mistakes. We made so many that, you know what I say? Blessed is the chaos that gave me life.
That's interesting. I love the unique perspective that you bring to all of this. I want to know a little bit more about this, the idea that you should work with family. I mean, did that lead to some tough conversations? I mean, and I imagine that when you have something doing well, I mean, people are going to want to be a part of it. They're going to want to benefit from the business that you're growing. So tell me a little bit about that.
I'm going to always be honest. I have nothing to hide. I'm an awakened soul, and I only answer to my creator. Okay. When I brought my kids to work with me, I didn't know what I was doing. Because let me tell you what happened. You have the goodwill, but the company's not in order. The company's not organized. And unless the people you're bringing in the company knows more than you, they can't help you to make it bigger or brighter, organize it, or make it profitable. If the people you're bringing to work with your company, whether it is your family or another human being, is vibrating in a vibe of I'm scarcity, I'm not enough, I don't educate myself, I don't read books, I don't get up early in the morning, I'm not happy, I don't bring in that positive, motivational, inspiring energy to the equation, well, what can you expect? They were my kids. I was broken. The company was broken. The culture of the company was broken. Forget about being successful. It's broken just like the system is broken. We needed to fix the behind the scenes so we could stop faking it till we make it in the Facebook and stop being instant gratified. We needed to be intentional parents. So when our kids come back, now we have some of them working with us. Okay. But now there's standards, there's rules, there's expectations. Now they honor us. Now they see us because they went working other places and they didn't get paid. The check didn't come in on Friday. And they were like, oh, wait a second. My stepmom managed her company and I got paid every Friday. And I'm here in a really big solar company and my check is not coming through. What? And then they realized that a lot of the rules, that a lot of the things that maybe, I was the BICTH, that I was, the rough, the boss, always the boss, mean, the bad person. Now they realize that all of these rules, regulations, and orders, and the mileage, and the gas, and tracking, and taking pictures, and sending confirmation, and emails, and all of the CRM, and all of the systems needed to be in place. So our relationship as employee, and parent, and mother, and stepmom could roll. So the business could roll, so we could roll in the community and set an example of a new generation of the new people that we are.
Yeah, that's powerful advice. On the last call we had, you talked about you need to keep business and family separate, right? Create clear boundaries, because it's. Your husband is your business partner, right? Essentially, and if you have kids working in it, so how do you set up those boundaries so that you still create some kind of a balance and you're not constantly talking business or focused on that? How do you manage all that?
Nina, this is the funniest part. I'm married to my soulmate. Carlos is my husband. We are in love. We've been in love. I met Carlos on a prank call when I was 15. I called him and created a prank call for him. And ever since that day, we've been friends. We've been husband. We've broken up. We've gone together. His kids, my kids, us. Business, me and Carlos have been in business. Carlos used to sell beauty supply. He used to sell car paints. He used to be in insurance. Carlos was a police officer. Been around the world and we come from that generation. We were trying to do it, right? Yeah. Sometimes we get angry at each other. Sometimes Carlos gets mad at me because I'm a passionate teacher and I want to teach. And when I'm teaching, I'm in my zone and I can live there forever and I don't want to leave. And Carlos loves me and likes quality time. And sometimes he tells me, cut, cut. Or sometimes he'll be like, okay, phone's down. Or sometimes we'll go to dinner, we're in a restaurant, and my phone is down, but I'm giving him the look like, oh, my phone is down, but you're on the phone, you know? So honestly, we're keeping it real. We're keeping it aware. We are awakened. We are conscious. Sometimes we start talking about business in the shower. We're taking a shower. Like, honestly, we're in the shower. Da, 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 da. Suddenly I go, I was thinking, da, 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 da. And then he goes, da, 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 and I go, oh, we did it again. We're talking about work. We're humans. It's not perfect, Nino. We're having an experience. And like he tells me, he says, you're doing your thing, I'm doing my thing. When we come both together at night, we talk about the businesses. We provide the space. We create that atmosphere where it's okay to fail. It's okay to sin. It's okay to make mistakes. We just try to do it again. And then every time we find ourselves either on the phone or talking about business, we're like, hey, ring my bell. Let's come back again. And we bring ourselves back again, just being conscious because we're going to do it. We're so brainwashed. We're so programmed. My dopamine, my nervous system, my masculine energy wants to, okay, let's do this, and my Carlos operates so much in his feminine that he's like, so babe, how are you? Where are you? And I'm like, oh, wait, I have to be that. And you have to be this. And we have to be in alignment.
Okay. So you guys get to help keep each other in check, essentially.
Yeah.
I love that. I think that's important. Okay. Let's talk about, let me just look. I had something else. I want to know about, the transition to now. So you're coaching and mentoring people, right? How did that come about? And, what are you doing with that?
It's so funny because when I met Carlos and I was 15, I remember I told him, I think I have a gift with my words. And I think when I meet people, I impact them and they never forget about me. And it was a joke. I was 15 years old. I'm 51. I didn't know what the heck I was saying. Now I know what I was saying. I was calling in my power. I've been a teacher. I've been a teacher in so many ways, in so many places, in so many cults, and so many cultures, and so many MLM companies, so many networking. And being now where I am, it's been a work in the making since I started. It's not I just got here. It's not, oh, I'm making a 5-figure, 6 figures, I'm making 7. It's not about that. It's about my testimony. It's about who I am. It's about that people that know me. It's about that people that know Amity. When Amity started doing nails in 1995, and the people in 2023 that still know the same Amity, and they go, oh, girl, you haven't changed a bit. You're the same, but you're somebody else. Seeing the transformation and seeing I am honest, I am bold, I don't hide nothing. My friends come and I open my bank account and they're like, girl, you're opening your bank account to me. And I'm like, yeah, why not? Is that a sin? Why do I got to hide how much money I got on my bank account? Are you going to take it out? This is an open door policy. Nothing to hide, nothing to fear, nothing to protect. That's what Nisa Nichols taught me. She doesn't know she taught me that, but she taught me that for many years. I was like, it's true. It's just being me. When I'm me, women come around me and say, can we talk? When I'm me, women come around me and because you're so bold, so honest, and so real, it just like, you just took away so much of the weight of my heart and the fear and the stress that I had by what you just said. And people just.
I love that. I mean, it's so important to be authentic, to be yourself, to allow your personality to come through. That's exactly what people connect with, right? So I love that. Yeah, you said something that was kind of interesting, and I don't remember exactly how you phrased it, but something about, you've brought it up a couple of times, projecting the words that were yet to be fulfilled, right? How has that played a role in your life? Are you a big believer in that? Do you do affirmations? I'm just curious as to how you kind of created the life that you've built, and if that plays a role.
In 2004, an angel that I have, the owner of the beauty school where I became the teacher, he became my brother for my life. He went and somebody gave him a presentation of For Life. For Life is an MLL company. He came back and says he was the boss and he's crazy like me. He made a meeting of all his staff and mandatory, he gave everybody the presentation. That day, my life changed forever. I want to let you know, Nino. That day I said yes. I didn't know what I was saying yes to. But whatever he said, I bought it. I wanted the freedom. I wanted the time. I wanted to work hard for 5 years only and then live free the rest of my life. That was what they told me, and that's what I wanted. I didn't want money to be a problem in my life. I didn't want to have to look back and have to do a freaking GoFundMe to bury my mom. I didn't want that. I don't want to ask for food stamps. I don't want Social Security. I don't want SSI. I'm not waiting for Donald Trump or anybody. I'm not waiting for the system. I'm taking care of my body. I'm taking care of me. I'm making sure I have insurance so when I die, my kids have a legacy. They're not asking nobody for. And this all started because the MLM said, go watch The Secret. So I watched The Secret. And in The Secret, I went to listen to the book, The Soup for the Soul of Campbell. I don't remember his name, but I remember his last name, Campbell. I don't know what. He was also in the movie The Secret, in that documentary. And one of the guys said, Amity. He said that to me. He didn't say that to me, but I heard he was talking to me. Write your vision. Make it clear. Put it down. Get the pictures of the house you want. See it. See your retirement. See you traveling. Write it down. Make it clear. And you will see, Nino, you will see that one day you will look at those pictures.
Yeah, I'm all with you. I love it. The vision board.
This is who I am. This is my life. This is the only thing I could teach. I live by this. This is what God really is. God is a manifester. He's a creator. He's the co-creator. I started declaring with the wisdom, with the understanding, and with the knowledge. I started saying, we're going to have a company. We're going to have these trucks. We're going to buy a land. We're going to have a house that's going to have a company. The house is going to have different steps. It's going to have levels. My kitchen is going to be wide. There's going to be lights. It's going to be bright. The office is going to be bright. I'm going to have assistants. I started saying this when I was 15 years old. I'm going to have assistants, virtual assistants. I'm going to have CFOs. I don't know what I was going to do. I was watching the movie Big. Have you watched that movie Big?
Yeah.
I put the quarter. I went to sleep and I woke up the next day believing that there was a hope of glory inside of me and there was a breath of life that was giving me power and I was able to create based on that. So I am manifesting. I am a manifester generator, Nino, and I declare and I decree and I get up every morning. Every morning I'm declaring, every morning I'm manifesting. Every morning I get up, I go outside with my coffee and I look at the trees and I look at the birds and I am grateful to the Creator, to this life, to the opportunities. I'm not living in fear. That's what I do every day. And I teach my community of the tribe of the community that I mentor, the women. I teach their husbands. I teach my husband. We have a magic magnet journal. We sit down and we manifest. He's manifesting for his business. I'm manifesting for my business. My son is manifesting. He has a vision board for his life. He has a vision board for his business. It's a lifestyle. We're not brainwashed by the news. We don't watch TV. We don't eat the food everybody eats. We eat accordingly to our vessel. We eat accordingly to our mindset, to what we need. Carlos eats what he needs. I eat what I eat. We don't cook one meal fits all. We don't fit in the box.
That's so interesting. I mean, you just said so many different things that are powerful. I mean, the way that you've manifested everything. I mean, I love the vision boards. I love having the notebooks, the journals. Every day talking about it as if it's reality, right? I think that's so powerful because reprograms our brain to look for the opportunities that allow us to build that life. And I just wish more people understood the power of the words that we use and the thoughts that those words create, right? And so I love that. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing about that. Let's talk about some of the skills. So going back to something you said earlier, you talked about how, friends will look at you and they'll realize that you're the same, right? The same personality, the same outspokenness, but that you're a new person. And so let's talk about, the new person that you've become over your lifetime and how you've intentionally built yourself into someone better. What have you used to build yourself up?
Sometimes it's really hard to talk about me. It's one of the hardest things because I don't look at me. You see me, but I don't see me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. If it's easier, you can talk. I mean, really where I'm trying to go is what kind of skills have you intentionally built? What kind of education have you given yourself? What kind of trainings? All of that stuff.
So first of all, I am qualified. That was the first thing that I had to tell myself. Because who I am now, I've always been since I was a little girl. A lot of the things I could tell you now were things that I learned when I was 12, 15. It's the same vessel. It's the same conscious. It's the same mind. I had to go and learn. I had to go and tell myself I'm not ADHD. That's just the label that somebody gave me. I had to tell myself, you're a wise woman. You're a wise woman. You could learn. You could remember. You have a great memory. You're very smart. Because I was told, you're dumb, you're dumb, you're dumb, you're dumb, you're dumb, you're dumb. So I literally went back to school. When Carlos went back to school to finish his bachelor's degree in business and in criminal justice, and he was working as a police officer and he was selling beauty supplies, and I had my business, but he needed to do homework. And I started doing his homework to realize, wait a second, you're not dumb. You don't have ADHD. That's just things that people tell you because you do not conform to the things of this world. You don't fit into the mold. So I went back to school for myself and I did a bachelor's degree in marketing and business administration where I learned how programming and how colors and marketing and music and how the temperature of the air conditioner in the restaurant is set at a certain time because everything is done to manipulate you and to make you feel a certain way because they know how to manipulate your feelings. And when I woke up with panic attacks in the middle of the night, I was like, what the heck? I haven't been to war. I don't have PTSD. Where did that come from? That's another freaking label. Hold on 1 second. What's wrong with me? And I realized I had to change everything I was doing, how I was eating, how I was sleeping, the clothes, the texture, the energy in the clothes that I'm using, the shampoos, the conditioners, the detergents that I'm washing my clothes, everything was getting disconnected from who I am as a human. And I was being a computer, a robot. I was an employee. I was a slave, but I wasn't being a soul having an amazing human experience in this body. So I've done it all. I've done combo. I've done retreats. I've done ceremonies. I've read the Bible. I've read other books of the Bible. I've read different editions of the Bible. I've done meditation, breath work, somatic therapy. Is there anything that I could do so I could be in peace with my body? I'm going to do it.
Wow.
I don't care what it is. As long as I have peace in my soul, because all the time before, all the things that I did as an associate pastor, preaching, tithing, offering, serving the world, serving the community, it was just seeking out of my vessel for things because I was empty. My nest was empty. My cup was broken and I was pouring out of an empty cup. I was being a hypocrite. I was living a double life. I was talking about something that I wasn't being. I was faking it till I make it. That's why I really needed to have the breakdown that became my breakthrough, because then you awaken, you die, so you can revive and realize, wait a second, I've been conditioned because my parents have been conditioned, my grandparents have been conditioned. The system tells us this is how we live, what we eat, and how we do it. And we just following everybody. Why we don't just get out of the closet and start walking against? Because we're walking like Walking Dead, you know? Did you ever see that Walking Dead? Like, I really love Walking Dead so much. I heard about Walking Dead. It's a noise. Somebody's making a noise. There's a new iPhone and everybody runs. Why were you going? We don't know. Why are you staying in a tent on Best Buy waiting for a new phone? We don't know. But we want the phone. We want the Nike. We don't know. We want the best next thing. And 5 seconds after that, all my emotions are gone and now I need something else.
That's so interesting. So, I mean, I love the resolve to continually find ways to improve yourself and bring that peace into your life, whatever it takes. You know, there are a couple of things that are interesting about that, because I feel like so many people, they allow the breakdowns to completely destroy them, right? They, for whatever reason, aren't able to overcome some of these challenges. So what makes you different, or how have you been able to kind of roll with the punches and just be able to brush things off and keep moving forward the way that you have? Where does that mindset or where do those values come from?
I want to say so many things that I can't even say some of the things that I want to tell you, but the first word that came to my mind is ice bucket.
Ice bucket, interesting.
Ice bucket. That was the first thing that I heard, ice bucket. We have to start by putting ourselves some ice in our head because we're living so warm in the comfort zone that we're complaining about the system, but we're not getting up from the nail and doing about what we're complaining about. And I heard my parents complaining, and I heard my dad investigating, reading the books, looking at Nostradamus and his predictions. I saw my dad belong to the Masons. I saw my mom serving. I saw my parents do so many things, and it didn't work for them. So I wanted something different for me. And I thought that what I was going to do different was that I was going to fish and give the fish to my kids. But heck, no. I needed to learn how to fish for me, and everybody fished for their own, and they needed to see this. This is an ice bucket. It's a cold awakening. It's an awakening. It's a revival. We're being revived to understand, wait a second, we've been doing what baby boomers told us for how many years? Well, Gen X came to change the world because millennials are not dealing with the same that baby boomers left us. It is a whole world transformation, and whether we want to say it's happening, it's not happening, whether we want to keep our eyes closed, whether we want to fake it till we make it, that's okay. You could live with the Jones. You could be with the Kardashians. You could be there. Or you could be awakened and saying, hold on, wait a minute. Ice bucket, something really is going on, and I need to take a hold of the anything, and the only thing I could take a hold of is my life, my thoughts, my house, what's around my four corners, and to each their own. What only thing I could do is teach people that this is happening, that it's here, that you could build your business. You could become like Elon Musk. There's no limit between you and Elon Musk. There's no limit to this podcast and anybody else's great, amazing podcast out there that we listen to. The only limits that we have is the mindset. We're still living in the old mindset. We haven't shifted. We haven't awakened. We have eyes, but we don't see. And we have ears, but we're not listening.
That's so fascinating. So do you believe that most of us just haven't woken up because we haven't experienced enough pain or discomfort, or, we're just kind of too comfortable in life? Is that what holds a lot of us back?
100%. 85% of the population is asleep. Only 10% of us are awakened. Did you know that?
I believe it.
5% of the population will never be awakened. They're just souls carrying energy for us to survive.
That's so interesting. So interesting. But I definitely resonate with kind of what you were saying about how you saw people complaining, but not changing their situation. It brings me right back to my childhood, some of the things that I heard as complaints. I would always ask myself, well, if that bothers you so much, why don't you do something different? Why don't you take control of your life? And so I love that. I mean, you clearly see that, and you absolutely have taken control of your life. And that's really, the message that I want to share with my audience is that we all have the power to do that. So I really appreciate you sharing all that you had. We've got a little bit of time left. let's talk a little bit about maybe some of the unexpected benefits, things that you didn't, necessarily consider when you decided to go out on your own, things that have been great about being your own boss.
First and foremost, that I schedule my time whenever I want and I do what I want when I want it. Nobody runs my schedule. No doctor's appointment, no court appointment, no agency, no nothing. Nothing. I've taken control and managed my time and I do what I want when I want it. And that's something that for me has been the biggest thing, because I know what it feels like when you have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and it's freaking cold and there's like 3 feet of snow outside and you don't want to go to work, but you still got to go out there and get all the snow out and you feel you're living in a curse, And then you go to work and you're surrounded by people that are sick, that are miserable, that are complaining, they don't have nothing positive to talk, and you're all day in that. And then you get home and home is also chaotic and you're like, can I run away? Can I just stay inside my car and live in here?
Yeah, absolutely. The freedom of time, freedom to take control. What about some of the challenges of being your own boss?
Being a mother and being a mom is horrible. If I had to choose, I would be a boss and not a mom. I wasn't qualified. Nobody taught me how to do this job. My mom was left in a home. Nobody taught her how to be a mom. So nobody taught me how to be a mom. I've had to go back and heal my kids from the limiting beliefs, from the religion, the cults, from you do whatever I say because this is my house. And you know what? That's a human being. I got to honor and respect that soul. What you mean? I'm building a human. How do I humiliate and treat another soul? God forbid. How stupid can you be when you don't realize that even little kids are carrying souls and we're building the next humanity?
So would you say that the business or having, that be such a large focus, that made it difficult for you to parent properly? Or is that what you're saying, that it got in the way a little bit?
When you're a single mom, when you're divorced, when you have kids, when the relationship and the partners are not in conjunction together in harmony, like I said at the beginning, we broke the kids. We were broken. We had to fix everything before we got to here where now we have open communication, open relationships where we're able to express how we feel. And whenever my kids or my daughter come and talk to me, I'm able to see the wounds and go, okay, baby girl, listen, that wound of fear, I created it. And I created that wound because I had this trauma. So let's heal this boo-boo. Sana, curita de rana. Si no sana hoy, sana mañana. That's how we used to say in Spanish, right? Because this boo-boo that's reflecting, this thing that's showing up, me being a bad or good mom, is part of the system, and it's part of how I have self-sabotage and limit myself and not been able to grow. Because when you ask me what were the downsides, that was a downside. I was a mom. I was a woman. I'm trying to raise kids. I'm a single. I'm trying to be successful. I'm still trying to take them to appointments, get them to the HDHD, get them to the vaccinations. I'm still trying to serve in the church. I'm still trying to come home and cook, but I'm still trying to be a boss and be successful.
Yeah, it's tough. There's so many roles that you're trying to play and plates you got to keep spinning. Last time on our call, you talked about the importance of communication. Tell me where communication has been vital in your life, in your business. Speak about that a little bit.
Every sense of the word. If the only thing you're going to learn about Amity today, it's going to be communicating and being honest and being open. Since you met Amity at 12 or at 15, since you met Amity doing nails, since you met Amity at the church, since you met Amity serving, and even with my husband, sometimes he'll open his eyes and he'll be like, I can't believe you just said that. And I'll be like, why not? Was I not supposed to say that? What did I say wrong? I'm so sorry. I don't know. Because sometimes I can be so naive in my open communication that I can sound blunt, hurtful, and sometimes people can misinterpret the megahertz of the energy which I'm using to express my words. And it has been all along the power of my words, the power of how I communicate with my business, with my employees, with my collaborators, with my adult children, with my daughters-in-law, with my husband, is the key to everything. What are my expectations? Am I setting them? Am I talking? Am I telling you this is what I expect? This is what I want? Or am I just leaving everything hanging? And when things go wrong, then I just get upset and start shooting out words because I'm away from my heart. I'm away from my body, and I can't connect with you because we never connected since the beginning. We didn't communicate. We didn't commune. We didn't congregate.
So it's, yeah, clearly incredibly important, all aspects. This has been so fun. Let's tell the audience where they can connect with you and learn more about you.
So if you want to hear more about me and find me, my name is Amity Morales. And in most social media, I am Soy Amity Morales. I do TikToks in Spanish, most of my community and most of my training and mentoring. I do it to the Latino American business community. But I do mentor people in English, and I do mentor people in different type of business and different type of industry. I mentor people spiritually because there's a lot of people that are stuck with their spirituality and they don't know if they're going on coming, and they don't even know how to use their power of manifesting and co-creating. And you can find me everywhere you put my name in Google because there's only two Amity and I'm one of them.
Makes it easy. I love that. I love that.
I'm here available. I'm here to serve. I'm here to teach. I'm here to guide. I'm not the best one. I'm not the most. I'm not looking for likes. I'm not looking for followers. I'm not looking for friends. I'm just a teacher.
I love that. That's powerful. I will have, okay, just to be clear, what's the name of your website? We'll have all the links in the show notes.
Yes,
So if you're listening to this,
yes,
make
you'll
sure
have
you go
my
to
link tree that has everything from me. I'll give you my link tree, and they could just click and contact me, communicate with me, schedule a consultation, come to a class, look at my website, enjoy my garden, my pictures, my TikTok lives.
That's perfect. That's perfect. So if you're listening to this, just go to the show notes and you'll find more about her. What's the final message you want to give to the audience?
You are the creator. Remember who you are. There's no limits. Once you know who you are, your real name is not Nino. That's the name your parents gave you in this world.
That's a powerful thought. Perfect note to end on. Thank you so much for being on the show. Amity, to anyone listening, please make sure to share this episode with the people you love that need to hear this message, and make sure to like and subscribe on whatever platform you're on. Thank you again, Amity, for being here. It's been a pleasure, and hopefully we get to chat again soon.
Yes, anytime. Looking forward to collaborating and working with you together, doing something for the community. I'm so glad to meet you, and thank you for this time and for this space.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. All right, everyone. We'll see you in the next one.